Welcome back to the Dragon's Lair, everybody. My name is Wade, and this is my show, Let's Talk, where we talk about Warhammer 40k, specifically Tyranids. Because we are nearing the end of the 3-year cycle, I wanted to finish my video series about Tyranids. So we are talking about Assimilation Swarm. I did a video on Crusher Stampede. You're going to see me finish out my video series. So there has been some updates to Assimilation Swarm. So I have that over there on the left, covering up the old detachment rule. And I also included the update rule that basically if you're within Synapse, you get a +1 to your strength. That's an important big deal. Also remember that if your opponent is within 6 inches of a Synapse creature, so basically if your opponent is within Synapse, they subtract 1 from their Battle Shock test. So keep that in mind. As far as enhancements go, I really feel like there are only 2 that are worth talking about. So keep in mind the big thing with Assimilation Swarm is they have to be Harvester units. I got ahead of myself. Let's talk about the detachment rule. So Harvester units are going to be important. So that means Harosfexes and Norn Assimilators now have it. Psychophages have it. Ripper Swarms have it. So Harvester units are very important for your army. So feed the Swarm detachment. In your command phase, each Harvester unit from your army can regenerate 1 friendly Tyranids unit within 6 inches of it, including itself. So Harosfex can continue to heal itself, or a Norn Assimilator can heal itself. A unit can only be regenerated once per phase. Each time a unit regenerates, do one of the following. One of the models regains up to D3+1 wounds, average of 2, not bad. Or one destroyed infantry model, excluding a character, is returned to the unit with its full remaining wounds. If the unit is an endless multitude unit, up to 3 destroyed models can be returned. So that actually is pretty good for returning Tyrant Guard and returning Zonothropes. So if you're not putting Zonothropes with a Neurotyrant, are you even trying? I know a lot of people don't run Tyrant Guard with Tyrants. I do run Tyrant Guard with Tyrants. And I do think that there is a compelling reason to run a Walk Rant with a heavy venom cannon as opposed to a Swarm Lord. I love the Swarm Lord. I am going to say that you should probably take the Swarm Lord as often as you can. I know I really feel that way right now because that 1 extra CP makes all the difference. He is really good in close combat, don't get me wrong. But even a Swarm Lord with 3 Tyrant Guard, you're just going to help him live. It's just, you're giving him more wounds. And sure, it's only at tough 8, but you're giving him more wounds. But I could see a Walk Rant in this list. So yeah, keep in mind, the big deal there is the Harvesters can heal themselves. So another strategy that I use with this, and I took this to RTT. I didn't do well, but I didn't do well because I fought Knights twice that day. And Knights used to be my bane of my existence, and now I've got no problem handling them, Chaos or Vanilla, with Assimilation Swarm. So now I don't really worry about Knights. But keep in mind, if you are a Synapse creature, if you make your own Synapse, you get a +1 to your strength. Which leads me to enhancements. I really feel like there only are 2 enhancements that are really worth your while. So Regenerating Monstrosity, Tyranid model, excluding monster models. So you might want to put this on a Parasite Motrex. I think he's also a Harvester. But anyways, you might want to put this on a Parasite Motrex. Anyways, the Bear's unit can regenerate up to twice per phase instead of once. So what I would do with him is I would then put him behind like a Norm Assimilator or a Swarm Lord, and then I would just heal the Swarm Lord twice. Heal the Swarm Lord's unit twice. Because if you're bringing back 2 Tyrant Guard at tough 8, and I think it's 4 wounds on them. It's 3 or 4. I think it's 4 wounds. You're really going to piss your opponent off because tough 8 is decent enough to deal with, and the 4 wounds, it's decent enough to deal with, and now you're just pumping them out. Or do that and bring back the Zonothropes, because those 4+ invulnerable saves are going to keep the Zonothropes alive. And they dish out the damage. I don't feel like Instinctive Defense is really worth your while because it just gives a 0p, 0 CP heroic intervention. And I don't feel like Parasitic Biomorphology is worth your while because a Walkrant is already tiering up its Bone Sword and Lash Whip to Strength 10 with the updated Synapse rules. So if you put that on there as well, it'd go up to 11, and that doesn't convert to anything useful. And I can't think of a conversion that does go up that is a character. So basically, the update kind of made it irrelevant. I'm not saying it's completely irrelevant because getting one more attack would be nice, but that's highly situational. So anyways, let's talk about the stratagems now. Oh, I'm sorry. Biophagic Flow is the winner in my opinion. Anyways, Tyranid model only. While a friendly Harvester model is within 12 inches of this bearer, so create a 12-inch bubble around the bearer. When using the Feed the Swarm ability, that Harvester model can regenerate one friendly Tyranids unit within 9 inches of it instead of 6. Okay, so this is why I say Walkrant. Walkrant with Tyrant Guard. 9 inches behind him, a unit of Ripper Swarms hiding in the brush and the debris, which would then be able to heal the Walkrant's unit every turn. I use Ripper Swarms for this because they deep strike, because people will ignore them, and because most people don't even know what Tyranids do. I go to RTT in Lansing, Michigan at AFK, go to AFK, and I'm not sponsored by them. And they have no idea what Tyranids do. It's bizarre. It's like I'm completely unknown. It's like everyone knows what a Tyranid is, but they have no idea what we're capable of. So anyways, I use Ripper Swarms for this purpose. Because maybe the Haruspex or the Norn Assimilator is better to regenerate somebody else. Anyways, as far as the stratagems go, a Blade of Carapace is really nice. Shooting phase or fight phase, when the Harvester unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacks, it basically gives it a 5+ Feel No Pain, which is going to help it survive. Or if it's holding down an objective, it's a 4+ Feel No Pain, which is really good. Tyranniformed is good because it makes an objective sticky, so it happens in the command phase. And sticky objectives, if you know how to handle them, are pretty useful, pretty helpful. Reclaim Biomass is good because when a unit dies, you can then heal somebody else. So it's like you slurp up the biomass of your dead unit. Secure Biomass is similar, except for it's when you kill somebody else. Oh, wait, sorry. No. Secure Biomass. Until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have lethal hits. If your unit is a Harvester unit, each time the model makes an attack, it scores a crit on a 5. So, sorry. Secure Biomass, really good for a Haruspex, because it's a Harvester unit. It would also be useful on a Psychophage, but really good for a Haruspex, because then you just pop off the 14 attacks, and anything that crits, so 5+ in this case, is going to automatically wound with the lethal hits. Really good. And then the I'm not going to get it. The Hunger, bottom right-hand corner. Rapacious Hunger. That is, your unit kills a unit, and so it's able to regenerate itself. Your unit immediately regenerates one Tyranid unit from your army that just destroyed. Yeah. So it's killed something. It's going to eat it and now regenerate, which would be really good for a Norm Assimilator and would be really good for a Haruspex. I was not a Norn Assimilator fan until I took this to RTT. I did not do well, but that's because I fought Knights twice. But anyways, the Norn Assimilator can really pump out the damage. Those Harpoon Injectors are boss. Don't underestimate them. I really enjoy sharing this content with you guys. And we here at the Dragon's Lair want to say thank you for spending your time with us at the Dragon's Lair.